Americans are in love with crossover SUVs these days, and Alfa Romeo finally has one. It's called the Stelvio, and it's new for 2018. I'm Joel Fetter, and we've just had our first spin behind the wheel, and we've got a list of things you should know. These front seats are really aggressively bolstered, and they're very supportive because of that. It's kind of like a little bear giving you a really tight bear hug. Column-mounted paddle shifters, just as God intended. They're large, they're in charge, they're not small little chiclets, and they're metal. They're just delightful to use. Let's just talk about these exhaust finishers for a second. Sure, there's a tailpipe inside this, so it's kind of a pipe inside of a pipe situation going on here, but these are huge, they're chrome, and they just look fantastic. It has a steering wheel mounted start button. It just feels right. The driving position. This is a performance-oriented crossover SUV, and as such, you have a perfect driving position. The steering wheel is at a perfect angle, my arms aren't uncomfortable, I have good visibility, and I'm comfortable. This is a great position to be driving in. Let's talk about handling for a second. This is perhaps one of the most agile SUVs on the market. In fact, it can absolutely hold its own with a Jaguar F-Pace and a Porsche Macan. That is both a testament to the engineering and a huge compliment to Alfa Romeo. The transmission. This ZF 8-speed is one of our favorites, and in this application, the tuning is just perfection. Throw it in dynamic mode, put it in manual, grab the big paddles, drop it down a couple gears, and the shifts are hard and fast and furious. And it's one of the best shifting transmissions on the market. We love it. Engine, let's talk about that for a second. This little firecracker is the base engine, and it's a 2-liter turbocharged inline-4 with 280 horsepower and 360 pound-feet of thrust. And you know what? As far as a base engine goes, it's fast, it's pretty smooth, and it's got a lot of punch. Let's talk pricing for a second. Priced from about 43 grand, the Stelvio feels frankly like a value compared to competitors with plenty of standard equipment, including real leather seats. Now we recommend the Stelvio TI Sport, which is about 46 grand. That feels like the right point to be at. Let's talk about drivetrain. Q4. Every Stelvio comes standard with all-wheel drive. That's their Q4, 4Q, get it? Anyway, all the power is always going to the rear wheels as it's a rear-wheel drive based powertrain, but it can send up to 60% up to the front, and it dynamically shifts that on the fly. Now let's talk about the DNA Mode Selector. Down here on the center console is a little knob, and you can go from advanced efficiency to natural to dynamic. Advanced efficiency is, think of it like eco mode, you'll never use it. Natural is kind of like comfort mode every day, and then dynamic mode should just be called fun mode, right? And it changes everything from throttle response to, in models like this TI Sport, the suspension firmness. It makes a huge difference. And while that's all good and grand, the most important and impressive thing, and that most automakers don't do, when you change this and you leave it in a mode, it remembers and restores that mode when I restart the car. If I turn this car off and leave it in dynamic mode, and I restart it, it'll default back to dynamic. That's huge. Of course, that's just a short list of all the things we really like and you should know about the new 2018 Alfa Romeo Stelvio. For more information, be sure to read our first drive on Motor Authority and like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Reporting here from Nashville, I'm Joel Fetter, and thanks for watching.